What is up, everybody? Josh here again, and today we have an Icarus Week 170 update. This week we're getting some missions converted over to operations. We also get some exclusive details of the free content coming in the Great Hunts DLC soon, and we also get some news of optimizations hopefully coming next week. Let's get into it, shall we? Icarus Week 170 is Olympus operations, so they brought in some new operations that are missions converted to operations for your open worlds, and we have 6 new recipe alternatives. If you are using the light automatic carbine, it can now be repaired for your notable improvements. They added a potential fix for the travel, I don't know what even that is, crash that sometimes occurs. They fixed kill cams on striders, causing players to be locked and the projectile not hitting, and optimization and quality increase on water troughs. But the main attraction this week is we have more operations now in open world that you can now use the contact device to go ahead and initiate. So whenever you go up to your contact device in your open world, on Olympus, you can go to operations and you'll notice there are several new operations now currently available. There's only a few that's not actually available. There's only, looks like 1 or 2 now that you can't do. And it looks like that's going to be Spirit Walk, and that's also going to be the very first one, which is Beachhead. So pretty much the very first mission and one of the very last missions is the only operations that you can't do now in open world. So pretty much all the Olympus missions are now available in open world, it seems. One of the very first ones that's available is going to be Influx. Influx was added as an operation this week. We also have Resurgence, which was another one. Sandy Bridges. Firewalk was added as well. Payday. Station to Station, and finally Dust Up. So those were the operations that were added to the open world this week. And also this week we got some new alternative recipes that we're going to go over real quickly. There are 6 in total that they've added to the game. So one of the most notable improvements in this section is that they've changed seed oil to be named vegetable oil. So you can actually see it named vegetable oil now on the screen. And these recipes are available in the material processor or the mortar and pestle. You can find it. You can take 10 corn and make it into flour. You can take 10 potatoes and make that into flour as well. You can take soybeans, 25 of those, and make it into vegetable oil. You can make avocado into oil, and it takes 15 of those. You can also take kumara and make it sugar cubes if you wanted to, 5 of those. And also honey, 5 of that, to make into sugar cubes, which is actually a pretty good way to get rid of some excess honey if you have it. So those are some new alternative recipes that they've added into the game, and that's in the material processor here. We'll show you the mortar and pestle real quick, and you can see in our mortar and pestle there, they are available in the mortar and pestle as well. So that is some alternative recipes that they added this week. And we're going to go over this very briefly, though we went over a little bit. They went into more details this week about the Great Hunts free content. They said there's a massive free patch that's coming out with Icarus alongside the Great Hunts expansion DLC that you'll have to pay for if you wanted to do all the content for Great Hunts. They said there's some new creatures or currencies for creatures like the sandworm biomass, black wolf, scorpion, lava hunter, and hammerhead slug biomasses, and those are going to be available for free, so you'll be able to accumulate, and basically you get those biomasses from killing those bosses. So each one of those that you kill, it's going to let you go ahead and get some biomass for each respective weapon, and they kind of go over all the weapons and attachments here, like the sandslinger, which is a sandworm specific item. You'll be able to get trophies, attachments, modules, and even a building tier for that. And these are all legendary weapons as well. It says it's a gigantic crossbow, which is pretty cool. Has a 4-second reload time, and it fires javelins instead of bolts. And it also has a high chance to spawn a friendly sandworm to fight alongside you if you use the pheromone spawn, which is a new spawn attachment. Next up, we have the Black Wolf Boss Pistol, or the Blood Moon Pistol. It's a snub-nosed revolver that packs a powerful punch and has an extra plus 15% weak spot damage on its base bonus. Of course, it has 81 combinations. I think most of them have several combinations that are available for them. And one of the attachments is called Lupin's Fang, which grants you dramatically increased reload speed, allowing you to shoot so fast that your bullets can catch fire and deal extra fire damage. Also has new recipes as an armor set, shield, modules, traps, attachments, and trophies. For the Scorpion boss, we have the Clawfire Scorpion Rifle. Clawfire is a curved stockpile prototype rifle with multiple ways to personalize and multiple attachments. Of course, 81 combinations. Seems like that's a recurring theme. Does multiple spread projectiles, ricocheting projectiles, and even homing projectiles. And it has the replenishing stinger, which allows self-sustaining electric damage to be added to the projectiles to recharge while in use. And it has its own recipes, fishing rod, modules, attachments, and trophies. Next, we have the Lava Hunter World boss, and you get the Magma Surge with it. It's basically a flamethrower with multiple attachments, 81 combinations. It'll do 25 lethal fire damage at 140 bursts a minute, and it has a blink and you'll miss it 0.9 second reload speed. And you can personalize it a lot. You can get the persistent cocoon, which creates lava puddles where you fire it on the ground. And it also has mines, turrets, backpack, sickle, fuel source, modules, attachments, and trophies with the Magma Surge. And finally, we have the Hammerhead Slug World boss, or the Slugger Hammerhead Slug Grenade Launcher. So yes, we're getting Grenade Launcher in the game. And the Slugger is a modified grenade launcher that shoots toxic slime projectiles while devastating impacts on your foes. 81 combinations, as all the other ones had, and you can put corrosive slime puddles that slow and poison your foes on the ground, or impact explosives to quickly dispatch groups of enemies. And for group play, the rejuvenating Cephalon, I guess, instead heals on impact and leaves healing zones for you and your teammates. So it's kind of like a healing weapon as well. It could be doubled as a healing weapon, which is pretty neat. And it has new recipes for grenades, epoxy, axes, attachments, modules, and trophies. So that's the sneak peek of the Great Hunts DLC that's coming soon. They also mentioned that there is a massive FPS improvement on light deployables. Next week, they're implementing a sweep change of over 100 deployable items that either directly emit light or have a light source as part of their design. In some cases, this has led to 2 times FPS improvements thanks to distance field shadows. And they have more details on that next week, but it should improve the frame rate for most players in large bases and multiple deployable items. I guess we'll see that whenever it happens and see if we can load up our old prospect, and I doubt it, but maybe we'll be able to play it again. So we're going to take a look at the changelog real quick and see if there's anything very important that they added in the changelog that we may have missed. Looks like they kind of nerfed MOAs and their sounds in the fix section here. This felt like they were a little too loud in the world. And coconuts now decay into spoiled plants instead of just destroying or just deleting itself. We're going to take a real brief scan over the future content section here. Fixed rotation for SMDCO knitting decor. Added 5 decorative wildflower art assets to the project. And we may be getting an antique lantern as well. And hanging copper pots. Looks like they may be working on half pitches. Talking a little bit more about a sewing machine. Added vintage jar, honeypot, and bird feeder icon. DEP fireplace interior. Having a hammerhead slug axe. From a rhyme tusk chandelier. If I'm reading this right, it says added snowflakes VFX to ice mammoth chandelier. Second mention of an alien rock. And that's it for this changelog. And that's going to be it for this update video. Don't forget, if you like what you see, to like, comment, subscribe, and all that good stuff. I think next week we're going to go ahead and try to do the abbreviated versions of Icarus updates instead of canceling them out. We'll see how that works and how it works with time. I've got a lot more things that I have to do, a lot of doctor appointments and stuff like that with the baby coming. And I've got a lot of financial things and situations I need to fix before it arrives. So I've got a lot to do. But I'm going to try, if the updates aren't really long, I'm going to try to do maybe like a short, abbreviated version of them. Maybe not go through the future content section and stuff like that, and just kind of abbreviate the update videos. Some of y'all voted on that, so we feel like that would probably be a little bit better instead of just completely canceling it out while we're taking our break of Icarus, which we're enjoying quite a bit, our break of Icarus. We'll probably be back maybe with Great Hunts. We'll see. I don't know as far as it goes right now. But regardless, thank you guys for watching, and hopefully we'll see you next time. Peace.